Guess who's back? Us. 9s on our anime scores. All of it. What a week of anime, right, boys?
Sure.
Was a good week.
It's great.
Was a good week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know about 9s all around
Yep.
though.
A 9 more.
Certainly
9's all
not.
right.
Certainly not 9.9 for one particular episode.
I don't know. I'm flipping through some stuff. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Massive week. Actually might have been the best week of the season so far. I'm not saying everything's great, but we haven't had a single week where everything's been great. So, you know, we take the blows as they come. You know, relax.
I agree. I
Okay.
vehemently agree. Oh, what's she sipping on there, huh? You got a little bit of wine action? A little bit of action with the wine?
Yeah, we're whining and dining. Whining and dining. Drink responsibly. Kids at home. Actually, not kids. Sorry. People, humans, adults at home.
Adults.
If you're not,
No, kids,
don't.
Drink irresponsibly and then go drive a car.
Yeah, it's okay. Go
do
do that. We are
not do
professionals.
that.
All right, we're losing.
No, don't do that.
We're getting lost. We're getting lost. Okay. Here we go. We're actually coming down the stretch here. This week I think kicked off like the last month of this season. So some of these shows are gonna have 3 episodes left. Some could even have less than that. But we are coming up on the end of this season. You can kind of feel it in some of these episodes that we're getting there. So we might as well start off with Jujutsu Kaisen, episode 56.
There goes his noise gate again. He keeps doing that.
Dude,
Noise
you're
gate sucks,
peeking
buddy.
your mic, dog.
It stinks.
Dude, guess what? You're both pieces of shit. None of that matters.
I was really hoping his noise gate would cut him off there again.
JJK
Hell of an episode.
is a hell of an episode.
I texted you fuckers and said that I think it might be a 10. It's almost there. This is about as close as I've ever felt about an episode possibly getting to a 10.
Man,
Did say that.
It's a high one. This episode, if you're trying to reference which one we're talking about, this is Higuruma versus Itadori. Such a fun fight. Electric fight.
good.
Really good with some in-between stuff to tickle your strands, your heart strands. And then we also get, by the end of this episode, we get Higuruma returning to his roots. And he gives Yuji his 100 points at the end of the episode to make whatever rule he wants.
Beautiful.
Electric.
Absolutely beautiful.
Electric. Shalub, you're dying. You're dying to fire here. What are we
I
thinking?
mean, just the immediate twist at the beginning of the episode, the old dick twist.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, where homeboy that's his domain is you can't do violence. Brilliant. Genius.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's like that just puts you in a spot where you have to creatively write a way out of it, and boy did they. It was just a feast for the eyes as well. I mean, it's always a feast for the eyes. It's JJK. But golly, like the character development's fantastic. Fucking love Yuji. I love Yuji more and more every episode.
Yes.
So good.
Yes. 100%.
Yep.
Yuji is one of those characters where, like, post season 1, you're like vanilla
Big
ass
time.
MC. After season 2, you're like, well, now they ripped him down to the studs, just destroyed him, and I don't know. Now you're just building him back up, and it's awesome to see. It's also awesome to see, like, it's such an anime trope that MCs of shonens are just like big nincompoops, and like while Yuji's not necessarily like Fushiguro level of, like, you know what I mean, like fighting IQ, he did solve the riddle, if you will, by the end of this episode. Like, what would get me out of this domain kind of thing. So there's, like, I don't know, there's something to that where it's not just punch your way through the wall.
Yep.
Which I like out of my MCs. Chris, how'd you diddle this episode?
Dude, this episode hit my diddles so good.
Yikes.
No, actually, like, this episode was fire. Like, the fight scene was awesome, incredibly well shot, well choreographed. Animation was beautiful. Higurumura's got some fucking moves to him, dog. Holy moly. Oh, he's got some moves. It was awesome. I love the like retrial aspect of his domain too. That was super cool, and really brilliant on Yuji to like come up with asking for like the retrial. What else did I write down? Judgment's sick. Like honestly, Judgment's sick. One of my favorite like domains. Episode all around beautiful. Loved it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think even just looking at Higuruma from like the combat standpoint, there's a lot of cool things going on here. One, this is happening like 3 days after the whole culling games have been set up. So Higuruma's basically learned all this in 3 days. So Guy's a genius. We kind of already learned that last episode, but that's crazy. Secondly, this opens up, I feel like, a lot of different domain possibilities that we didn't really know, because most of the domains we've seen up until this point are generally like insta-kills. That's kind of like what they're supposed to be. It's like, don't get caught in one of those because you're done. Like, it's pretty rare. Like Yuji and Nanami broke out of Mahito's in season 1, but that was like, they did it together. Like, if they I think they say in the episode, if they were by themselves, like, either of them would have just been done if the other one wasn't there to like break them out of it. And so they're generally insta kills, but I love this idea. It's almost Hunter x Hunter-esque, similar to that power system where how like Kurapika and Hunter x Hunter, where his Nen abilities are strengthened, but strengthened with restrictions. So the fact that he can only use his abilities on certain people, but that means when they're used on those certain people, they're that much stronger. So it's like, it allows somebody who's new to cursed energy to like gain more powerful abilities very quickly by putting these restrictions that kind of, you know what I mean, strengthen like the individual ability on a quicker rate. And then also a domain that doesn't insta-kill. Like a domain that just is like, I'm gonna take away your cursed energy control. And that by itself like allows a more novice cursed energy user to be able to compete against somebody with the physical prowess of Yuji.
Yeah. I love the depth that this episode alone has just added to domains in general throughout the whole show.
Yeah.
Now we don't know what to expect. Now it could be anything. It's awesome.
Yeah. It was really cool to like, they were saying like he's essentially using a basic domain because they're not specifically designed for killing like all the
simple
the
domain
current ones are. I think they said simple domain was the term. That's what I wrote down at least.
I love that idea where like the other domains are harder to achieve because and that's like the payoff. His is not necessarily as dangerous as soon as you land in it, but he just walked up to Yuji and said domain expansion like that. He doesn't even have to. He has like no activation cost basically. And so it allows it's not as strong, but it allows you to gain an advantage in the fight like super quickly. It's awesome. I also love some of the and you guys said it. The animation was awesome. The hand-to-hand combat was so like cool and creative, like the choreography. When Higuruma does his, I wrote down like his machine gun hammer, his machine gun gavel, where he's able to control it, even like teleport it. So he throws it so fast, and as soon as it misses Yuji, he like teleports it back into his hand and just like keeps firing it like as fast as he can. It's such a creative way to do that. If you can teleport something, like you could do it that quick. Like that's such a cool idea. When I saw that, I was like, that's such a cool application of that.
Boy's got layers. I'm just afraid that we're never gonna see him again after like the next episode.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, dude, he's so sick. I hope he stays around, but it doesn't sound like he is based off of the way that it ended. So.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's one of two things. He's either going to just give Yuji his 100 points and like, you know, take the 100 points, they're yours, man. Like, but I'm out. Or like maybe he does just become an ally and he is gonna help the squad because the end of this is him being like, why would you lie? Like, I know, like based on the what is his evidence? There you go. He knows that he was possessed by Sukuna. Yeah. Right. He's like, I know it wasn't you. Why would you lie? Like, and he's like, because I do blame myself. Because he still did it. Yeah. It was still him. It was still his body. Right. He ain't wrong. He says I wasn't strong enough to stop Sukuna, so that's still my fault at the end of the day. Right. So, great. I'd love to see more Higuruma. I think this is just a masterclass in them like making a character that's literally been around for 2 episodes. Like, I don't know, you like want to see more of him, and he's awesome, and you've already just written him so well so far. It's really cool.
Well, now I'm just really excited about fucking Receipt Man.
Yeah.
Fucking Reggie.
Yeah, true. And one other thing I'll say,
He's gonna be badass.
Yuji's a motherfucking dog. As much as Higuruma is new, Yuji basically had like no cursed energy in this fight. And dude still just like survived. He's getting slapped around, and he's like not even like injured. Like he has no broken bones. Like he's just that good. He's just that strong. He's insane.
And dude still just
Well, I mean, I guess
like,
it kind of goes
he's
back to
getting
even
slapped
season
around.
1
He's
when
like
he was
not
like,
even like
fucking
injured, like
doing a shot
he has no
put of like
broken
100
bones.
yards.
Yeah,
or
he
some
broke
shit.
the world record
Yeah.
as like a
He's just that
14-year-old in
He's
high
insane.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just
And
built
Higuruma actually says that in the like episode as
Yeah,
well.
he broke the world
mentions,
record as like a
holy cow,
14-year-old in high
he
school.
can sense that he doesn't have any cursed ability or cursed energy, and that's why his domain locked up something else. I can't remember what it was, but instead of locking his cursed spirit, they locked up his ability to sense energy or something. It was, I can't remember what they said specifically, but
Yeah, because it seems like he doesn't get to choose what the punishment is. His domain chooses, like that thing he conjures, that, you know what I mean, that spirit decides.
Yeah, because it seems like
based
he
on
doesn't
the
get to
severity
choose
of the case
what the
or whatever.
punishment is. His domain.
Yeah.
chooses.
I mean, clearly he can also call it off though if he wants to, like he
Right.
did at the end.
Right.
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you saw him retract the judgment sword or whatever.
Also
which
sick.
was supposed to be the end all be all of his domain essentially. So it was really cool.
Right.
That was like his official killing intent part of the domain, which is super cool to see.
Yep.
I don't fully get it, you know. I still don't fully get how, like, I get it. He learned cursed energy this quickly. I also don't. I don't understand how, like, he's just like proficient as fuck, like, and kind of beating the shit out of Yuji in hand-to-hand combat, like 3 days into becoming anybody versed in combat in any sort of way. That's a little crazy to me, but because it was so beautiful, I'm gonna suspend my belief, and maybe he took karate as a kid,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm 9-5. I'm 9-5 on this week's episode.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's 9. It's got to be 9s across the board, right?
Oh yeah, easily. I'm a 9.6 for this episode.
Yay!
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And we know Shalhoub doesn't do his decimals, but his
not,
words, his words, not ours. Closest thing to a 10. His eyeballs have seen since we started the pod.
The vibes were immaculate.
Oh yeah. All right, we're back. Audio issues are fixed, so the JJK one might sound a little weird from me at least, but it should be good the rest of the way. That moves us into Free Run. Episode 35, boys. Another banger. Another banger this week. So this episode, we have the party splitting up. We're doing it like, I was going to say Scooby-Doo style, but it's not really, because this is boys and girls. The three girl mages go off together, and then Stark stays back to stay with Petey.
Genau.
That's his first name.
At the town until people show up to get all of the dead bodies from the people in the town. But of course, the demons were expecting that, so they get the drop on them. And then the craziness ensues. I mean, and our battles ensue. 2 demons attack the girls, and then the head guy, the 4-armed snake man. What a design he has. He hits up Stark and Genau. And it's pretty cool.
Really cool.
What do we think?
It's really cool.
Chrissy?
This episode was fantastic. I mean, you get a little bit more of Ganau's backstory in the beginning of this episode, which is really cool to see. He's such like a weird, interesting character for me. So it was really, interesting to see the rest of his backstory. Revolt, the demon, his design is super weird, but it's sick. It's like actually kind of sick. Love it.
Kind of sexy. Not to me, but like objectively.
Yeah, objectively sexy. But man, I mean, you get into the action here, and it's so much better. This is what we're expecting out of Free Run for the later half of the season. So really exciting to see.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that episode was a spicy meatball.
Yeah.
I mean, normally the whole splitting up the ladies and the boys thing would bother me. I'd be like, all right, whatever, classic anime bullshit. They can't all just fight together, blah, blah, blah. But no, they did it well. They did it real well. Of course they did. I mean, I'm starting to like Stark a lot more. He was really starting to bother me for a while with just his being a pussy and all that. But he's really starting to, impress me a little bit with his cojones.
He's got.
Oh, yeah.
He's definitely got a pair down there, and
Yeah.
I can't wait to see him.
Okay.
And so, no,
that's
in this
objective,
fight,
that's
in this
actually-
fight against the demon.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, right. What did you think?
we get some, we get some fun in between stuff too. In this episode, we get. Oh my God, what's her name? What's bland design girl name? What's her name?
How the hell am I
Methode.
supposed to know? She's bland as
Oh,
I am.
Methode. Or
Methode.
She is where she her whole thing, her basically her whole personality is she likes to pet cute girls.
Yep.
Little cute girls.
Yep.
And that's also just very Japanese. So Japanese.
It makes sense considering the trials episode from the first season where she like is also petting Frieren there.
Notes guy, tell us what was the fun tome that she bribes her with?
It was the oh my God, I didn't even write it down.
You
I know
write
what it
this
is.
in your
I
notes?
wrote it down. I know what
I
it
didn't write
is.
it down because I literally said Frieren really will do anything for a fucking spell, bro.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
She'll do
You didn't
anything
even
for
write
a
down the
spell
spell.
that allows her not to end up with any shells in the egg when she
Right,
cracks
right.
it.
Oh, that's what
Hilarious.
it was, yeah.
Hilarious.
And then she
You know
literally
what?
says the phrase, "You can do whatever you want to me," for this tome.
And
That's a
Fern
sweet
gets
tome.
so jealous, and Fern gets so jealous too. I love it.
Crazy.
Can you imagine that? I mean, that's a great tome. I mean, I'm starting to understand Frieren's line of thought here with all these
That's what I'm saying.
somewhat meaningless tomes. She's gonna end up living a perfect life here with all these fucking tomes.
Yeah.
She's gonna be able to do nothing wrong.
Yeah, she's literally not gonna have any issues.
No
Just sit
mistakes.
down,
It's true.
What more could an elf want?
right?
I can't think of anything. Shorter ears.
Well, I'm sure there's a tome for that.
Yeah, I'm sure. We'll see it.
I'm sure,
You'll
I'm
find
sure.
it.
But yeah, man, it's awesome. Once we get into the fights, of course, it's classic Frieren. It looks sweet. It looks great. I'm excited to see where they go because like it seems like Methode is gonna fight the demon that like specifically went after her. Fern is gonna fight the other of the secondary demons behind the Revolte, but it's so funny to me because we kind of saw this in season 1 too, where like Fern would have to do something and Fern's like, I can't beat this guy, and Fern's like, yeah, you definitely can. I could just see by both of your like ability to control mana, like no problem, you got him.
Like, what do you mean? You're a fucking level 1 mage. Of course you can.
Yeah.
That's what you're built for.
Yeah.
Which is scary though, because these demons specifically like knew they were creeping up on 3 level 1 sorcerers
Dog
and a
ass,
frontliner, and they just said, yeah, no problem. We handle this every week. That's supposed to be the scary part. Now, Fern is not a tier 1 mage, so that's the one. That's like the only piece you can't overlook, and it's the only piece they did overlook.
It's also that's just typical punk demons right there.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
they think they can just roll up on anybody.
And then they go
Yeah.
through that in season 1. Like Freeman goes through that and being like, demons are so pompous. They think they're like so superior to humans. Like the girl who said kill yourself, and then we know
Aura.
how that turned around. So yeah, really cool. The one piece of this episode that kind of like not even rubs me the wrong way, maybe rubs me in the right way in terms of like, I'm like, is the squad okay? Where'd this character go? Where'd they go? You guys know who I'm talking about?
Talking about.
I'm talking about the little demon girl who was very curious about humans. And then she is not part of the battles.
Yeah.
She is not part of the
No.
battle so
Yeah.
far. So I'm like, is she like kind of hidden as like a fail safe? Like if shit hits the
she's the-
fan,
She's the MacGuffin.
or
Shit's gonna hit the fan, and she's gonna save him.
because they make her. I'm not gonna. We don't know enough about her for me to say fully that like she's likable. But like they make her not classic shitty demon like this show has kind of had for the most part. She has personality. She's pretty. You know, she wants to learn more about humans. So you're like, oh, does she actually like appreciate humans? There is a part of me that is like, what if she like ends up being a good guy? Like we take out the demons and she's the only one left, and she's like, I like humans. You guys are really interesting. Let me join. But I don't know how that would go. I don't know. I really don't know how that would go because it seems like something that doesn't exist.
Would let that. Yeah, I don't think Freerin would even let that happen because Freerin's always like so wary and cautious of demons. She'd probably just be like, bam. And then next thing you know, it's the dead demon.
Sure.
Nah. She'll hand her a fucking tome that shows you how to fucking make meatloaf. And she'll fucking be like, yeah, you're part of the group.
Yeah, for sure. That's all it takes these days.
No.
Yeah, the only other thing I had note-wise was weight shifting swords. It's pretty sick ability.
Yep. That and Ganau's wings.
Ganau's wings. I forgot to write down about his wings. That's literally the last thing we see.
You got a real Angel of Death vibe going on about
Oh,
it.
yeah, dude.
So cool.
Oh, and the final, literally like the final sequence where Ganau's like, don't worry. He's like, or Stark's like, how am I supposed to protect you like without taking him head on? He's like, you don't need to. I'm nasty in close combat. He's just a fucking mage that just walks up to people, exchanges hands. Like he just like backflips his way like all the way through his swords and shit, and then jumps in the air and spreads his wings. Sick.
Also,
a brute frontliner.
I gotta say, I kind of disagree with you guys on the whole sword weight shifting thing. I didn't really think it was all that cool. I just found it cute. It's cute. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna matter in an episode and a half. But fun trick.
You don't know that.
I agree for the. I think for Stark it matters. I don't think it matters for Ganau. Like for all these mages, I don't think the weight of his sword matters. If the sword gets to them, they're dead anyway. They're mages. But Stark, who is supposed to be like taking these attacks head on, the fact that one attack could be faster than the next, and then it slows down and gets really heavy. It makes it hard, especially with 4 different blades coming at you kind of all at once, knowing which ones are going to come fast, which ones are heavy. You know what I mean? Because it just makes it hard to.
Yeah, what to
handle.
Deflect and what to block.
Yeah, but also like he's a main character, and like even without Geno Smith, I think he would still whoop that thing's ass.
Excuse me?
That's crazy.
You need to relax. Gino's about to tear up the league next year, okay? All right, what are the scores? Fucking Gino, he couldn't help himself. All right, what are the scores we got for this week?
Got a 9.2 for this week.
That was an 8 for me. It was fine 8. I encouraged that 8 to be a 9. Could have been a 9. It was 8.
I gave it a 9 flat. Yeah, I thought it was good. Not great. I mean, we're 9.5 on JJK. It's not in that range, but it's low 9 for me. High 8, somewhere in there.
I feel like that's your first flat, just 0.0 that you've given so far.
Yeah, I know. We've only scored 2 shows so far today, so no problem.
No, I mean throughout the podcast, Jack Wagon. Fucking.
All right, Jack Wagons. Sentence to be a Hero.
Slapstick.
Episode 9 is what we go into next. Mayhem in the city. Ending of the guild. That shit goes down in flames real quick. Eerie kills Sodric. Because Eerie ain't Eerie. Eerie is something else. Oh, I'm sorry. What did she say? Spriggan. Spriggan kills Sodric. And the full coexister conspiracy is fully off and running. We're going now. Like it was. I feel like 1 episode ago was still like, what's going on like with this conspiracy stuff? And now it's just straight up war. At least with the main character's crew, because they're trying to kill Teorita like right now. How do we feel about this episode? Shalubis?
I mean, I'm not really understanding the pacing of this show anymore. Because as you said, like it's all hitting the fan now, and like they're paying humans, like demons are paying, like hiring humans as fucking mercenaries. Like in what world does that make any sense? Like demon's gonna give you a bunch of money and then kill you eventually because like that's their whole goal is to just wipe out humanity. So yeah, I'll work for that guy. What kind of universe is this?
Well, I guess to be fair, they are mercenaries. Like they're not just paying randos; they're paying mercenaries whose like their whole life is like, give me money and I don't care. I'll kill anyone. Don't matter to me as long as I get my shmoneys. At least the armor guy. I can't speak for the other two.
The armor guy one, that one annoys me the most, I'd say. But I don't know. This show's it's starting to feel like a whole lot of hoopla. You know, there's a bunch of hoopla going on throughout the whole show. How much do I care about any of these people? How much do I care about what's happening here? At this point, it's just like dance for me. You know, show me the fun animation style, do some fun fights, then get out of my face.
Yeah, this episode does start off really hot, and then I don't know. Then just like new armor guy shows up. Erie's springing. We still don't even know what that means necessarily.
Right.
Yeah, we do.
Like
Yeah, we do. The demon's name is Spriggan. They said that like 2 episodes ago.
the demon's name. What demon?
Yeah, this demon Blythe that they are currently fighting is Spriggan. Spriggan is the demon Blythe that can take on human form.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
he
they were
killed
saying. That's what they were saying like 2 episodes ago.
He killed the bitch that was helping him, right? Because there's at one point where he's like, "Yeah, thanks for everything you taught me. I don't fucking need you anymore." Like, well, what the hell did you think was gonna happen?
Yeah, because like I remember thinking that the other dude who fought them in the alleyway was Spriggan.
Yeah, the blue haired.
But now come to find out that Spriggan is this now girl or whatever, taken over, mind controlled, whatever it is.
I mean, I guess my issue, and that honestly irks me even more. It's one thing if this is like the head demon and he just moves different. The other demon lords are they're not fully sentient. They just have one mission internally, and it's just war. It's kill all the humans. Whereas this one's the leader, head leader. This is just a new flavor of Demon of the Week.
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, the demons can take human forms.
It'd be one thing if this was just now like the entire direction of the show, but like if that's the case, then it feels like in an episode or two, they're gonna figure out who the Spriggan is, who it's currently controlling. They're gonna kill him, and then we're gonna be like, all right, cool, we handled Demon of the Week. On to the next. What's up? Who's gonna be our 5th demon of the season that we're gonna kill?
Yep. Next thing you know, we're 30 episodes in.
8 demons
No
in,
plot
and we're
development
just
has
like,
happened.
we're just like, okay, they gotta run out of demon lords at some point. Like, we're just gonna win the war at some point.
Nope. Get excited for current scary demon, then and get excited for next current scary demon.
I have to believe that this is like more than just Demon of the Week, but I'd hate it if it is.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Man, what else? What else we got here? Let's see. This episode kicks off with just like, I will say, like crazy animation. This episode kicks off with like 7 straight minutes of just action, and it's fun.
It danced.
It's fun.
Yeah, it was pretty. The troll comes out, which is really cool to see.
Yeah, the troll that they like had captured. That's like a kind of a interesting prospect. Except it's not really. Like, at least not for our characters. Like, since Xylo can literally kill like 100 by himself, it's like, who gives a shit about like one ogre? Wait, you had one ogre? That's like a tier 2 demon Blythe. Like, Xylo explodes 3 of those with one sword. Like, I don't know. I will say, Xylo, he needs one of those little baby carriers to strap Teorita in. I'm tired of him just grabbing her like in an arm. It's so inconvenient for a fighter. Like, you're a fighter. Like, throw her over your back. Like, get one of those back straps for a baby and just fucking jump around like that. Like, this ain't working. This ain't doing it.
It's like, what was the intended use for the goddesses in is that what everyone else who has a goddess does?
All of them they just carry them like they just sit on their shoulders like Pikachu, like, and they,
what the hell?
And they just crap out swords. He just taps her on the head, and she just craps out 100 swords. Like, it's insane. I don't know. Like, it
makes no sense. It doesn't.
I'm with you, Shaloub. This episode was still fun overall, but I'm definitely in that. I'm definitely in that range of like. And we said this last week. We said like the show. We've kind of been towards hinting at it for a couple weeks now, where it's like the plot was interesting, but like they haven't done enough with the plot with this whole idea of you lose your thing. Nothing's real. We haven't seen any of that progress for any of the characters in the cast. Everybody who has already lost.
Kind of have.
Not really. Anybody who's lost part of their sense of self It hasn't changed since the show started.
Well, my thought is we kind of see Xylo, because remember how he was so reluctant to like pat her head, and then what was it, like last episode or 2 episodes ago, he finally pats her head for the first time, and then he pats her head again. So it's like there is, I mean, there.
I don't really think that has anything to do
something.
with that. I just think that he was being an asshole because he has bad memories of what happened the first time, and then she's kind of broken him down. He's like, all right, I'm starting to like have another friend, like the old whatever they call her, goddess.
Yeah, the
goddess, the old goddess that I used to have. And you know what? She's kind of coming around on me.
I don't know.
Possibly, yeah.
I've said it before. This show just feels like candy. It feels like, it
It's
feels like a high dollar escort. She doesn't actually love you.
It's a lot of
Get a
style.
great night.
It's a lot of style, not so much substance.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we got for scores?
I have a 7.8.
All right, I'm an 8.5 this week.
5?
8.5. 8.5.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It was a confident 7 for me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. All right. Take us into Oshinoko, episode 32. A lot going on in Oshinoko. Wow, the last 10 minutes of this episode just roller coaster. Like,
oh my God,
crazy.
Just all of a sudden, here's things happening now.
Yeah. Man. Ruby no longer considers Aqua family. We'll see how that kind of develops, but
Bit of an overreaction.
yes and no. I do understand, like, sort of where she's coming from. I think maybe an overreaction just in terms of would I tell that person, like, you're dead to me, basically.
Kinda
Maybe
shitty.
not that far, but I might be like,
Kind of
damn,
hate her.
You kind of
Hate her now. Yeah.
Well, I mean, nobody on the planet likes Ruby more than Aqua, but
Yeah.
so
it'd be
it's
crazy.
hard. It's hard when they end up being kind of on opposite sides, and then it's like, well, I'm gonna be on Aqua's side because I'm not gonna be on Ruby's side over him.
Yeah.
Aqua apparently knows the killer, but he doesn't say who.
Well,
Well,
now we do.
and then we get the reveal of the 15-year lie that Aqua and his director buddy have written as sort of a ploy to pull the killer out of the shadows, basically, because they want to corner him. And then we get him for the first time, for real. And I mean, listen, this was kind of drawn up because they kind of show this. There's like 3 minutes left in the episode, and they show this actress that the producer that they were showing the 15-year lie. He says, "I want her to be the lead. I want her to be I. She's perfect. Like she's a hit right now. Everybody loves her. She's great." And then they cut to her, and she's got a close friend, and you could see it like immediately. You're like, this guy's a creep. This guy's very soft-spoken. He's a little bit too complimentary. You're like, this guy's a creep. No way this guy's not a creep.
I just thought he was gay at first, and then it started to make sense towards the end.
I saw creep the whole way, man. I saw it the whole
I
way.
also did.
Both could have been true.
And then you get a pretty brutal scene, which I feel like we've been devoid of this for like kind of a minute. Like you get it at the very beginning of the show, like the first episode. I feel like I don't know if we've seen anything as dark as this since the first episode where I gets murdered and our MC is murdered in the forest, like before he gets reincarnated, like stuff like that. But we find homegirl, what's her name? Yura. She goes on a hike and he says, "Be careful up there." And he said, "Be careful," because he followed her up there and then pushed her down the fucking mountain.
Yep.
Crazy.
Things are happening. Things are finally happening in this show.
Absolutely insane.
So, Chrissy, have a day. Get after it.
Obviously loved the talk with Kana and Aqua there. Kana just being like, "Thanks, you didn't really have to do that," to him, and he's just like, "What do you mean? Of course I did."
Sure.
To then, which she still flirts with him as she's leaving.
And
Like,
also,
as
I'm
always.
quitting soon.
Yeah, like, hey, I'm gonna be
So
quitting.
you really
but, like,
didn't need to do
until then, yeah, but like until then, you better keep cheering for me.
I was kind of surprised. I mean, I feel like this episode is the episode where I would say like, all right, because I think next season is supposed to be the last season.
I believe so.
So this is the
manga
first
done?
episode where it feels right. Yeah, the manga is done. So this with the killer being shown, us going, and it even Aqua says it when he like says that he knows who the killer is. We're going into like the final act. Like this is it. Like now I know who he is. Now we just have to corner him. So like that's feels like we're getting there. Feels like we're moving. I'm with you. Aqua can talk to Kana now because he's not with Akane anymore. Akane literally is not even visible in this episode whatsoever. She is.
Yeah,
Her picture is. Yeah, her
Yeah.
profile is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the extent we get her.
Exactly. Mentioning that she could be someone to be in the movie.
Yeah, and that's a fun moment. They gave us a little all your favorites are back moment.
It is.
Just
It is. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but like, it is a little weird that like they asked this producer and he's just like, yeah, Memcho, that e-girl that doesn't act. Yeah, let's put her in the movie. Ruby doesn't act, but so she's just a pop star. Let's put her in the movie. Like, not actors. Like, you pick some
the whole
actors.
thing was, it just felt like fanfare.
Yeah.
It was just all your favorites are back. Like everyone's gonna be in all the relevant characters throughout the show so far. I feel like it's the only way that they could have justified season 2.
Except for what's her face? Well, I guess two faces. The girl who got murdered, which they wanted to use as a ploy to show how dastardly this guy is, and also homegirl from Ruby's school, the like kind of I don't know the confident actress girl, the green the green actress girl. They all have color, so I just call her like green girl. Like it's just green actress girl.
It's true.
She was the first popular one.
I guess so.
It was popular before everyone. But yeah, it just just new flavor of the week, I guess.
Man. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with Kana and Aqua now that they're open again. You know?
Nothing.
Hey!
A whole lot of nothing. I guarantee it.
Don't you say that.
Dude.
Chris needs this. He needs
Don't
this.
you say that.
And we talked about it. We talked about it too, like a couple weeks ago. Where we were like, man, I really thought like there was like a low key chance that like Kana was about to get murdered in the streets while like she didn't have her phone and she couldn't like, she was like kind of panicking. Like we thought like that would be such a shakeup. We would all be like so shook that like they just took like one of our favorite characters and just killed him like that. They kill somebody we don't know.
Respected it though.
Yeah, 100%. And now I'm wondering at this point, I'm like, is anybody that we like gonna die? Not likely. I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
Not if we know who the murderer is at this point. I'm not sure he's like that level of genius that he's gonna kill us like through us knowing who he is at this point.
No, I think he's just a straight up psycho. And the only way it's gonna feel satisfying to me is like if it does just go the way we expect it to go at this point, and they just find like cruel and unusual ways to make this guy suffer.
Oh yeah.
Could be.
It's the only way I'll feel satisfied.
We'll see. Trust in Aqua.
Oh, he's got them. He's got them. Those fucking serial killer eyes.
That's
for sure.
true. That's true.
Dude, speaking of eyes, I love that the way that they like show the like light colored in the eyes and then the dark color in the eyes. To
Yeah,
show,
they
like,
gave him the dark stars over the actual serial killer's eyes.
I love when they do that because it just like shows like the lighter colors, like their idolism, their like ability to lie in public kind of deal, and then the darker side feels like more manipulation, revenge, dress kind of deal. Like those are like all the times where I've noticed that their eyes like go dark kind of.
I mean,
really, really interesting.
I think and this is something we've never really talked about, but I do appreciate the eyes in that none of us are fans of idols really like that. So it's like when they say like, I just had something special and like Ruby's got something special, we're like, I don't really know what that means. Like I'm here for the story, but I don't really fully know what that means. And so the eyes are, I think, a pretty creative way to just be like, you know who has that something special in the show because they have those eyes.
Yeah.
And that's why everybody in the show seems to be drawn to them. Shalhoub is wrong, whatever he's going to say, but whatever.
Do I even need to? I mean, it's just corny. I think it's corny. That's it.
I mean, it might be corny, but like, I don't fucking.
It's a good way to show.
I don't fucking know what they mean when they go, they've got that something special. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know what. Like, what do you mean? All idols are just acting and singing.
Obviously, it means that they've been isekai'd. I mean, what are you talking about?
I wasn't isekai'd. This actress girl was an isekai who got murdered. She had
How
the
do you
star
know?
eyes.
How do you know?
Because I'm taller than you. All right, that takes us into the final episode. Oh, I'm sorry. We got to do our ratings.
Ratings.
For Oshinoko. All right, I gave this one a 9 flat. It's a good episode.
I also gave this one a 9 flat.
Especially with the
It
ending.
was a good 9.
Yeah.
It's a good old 9. It's a good old 9. All right.
Yep.
Best episode of the week. Trigun, Stargaze, episode 9. Setting up final showdown. Dude, electric. Actually, that's literally the only note I wrote for summarizing this episode. Setting up for something to happen. Sort of.
Holy shit.
This episode, like, literally could just not have existed. And, like, we wouldn't have
Correct.
noticed.
Total nothing episode.
Like,
Yeah, this
like
episode
fully.
really. Yeah.
Just
This one was
boring.
rough. This one was definitely rough. I will say I like the silly Vash moments that you get at the beginning of the episode with the motorcycle.
I did make a
I
note
was
of that,
okay,
that, like,
we got,
some of the comedy
silly
was
Vash.
better.
Yeah.
Some of the
Yeah.
comedy moments were better than they have been. We've said, like, that's one thing that kind of sucks is, like, Vash is just goody two-shoes in this version of the show. Whereas the original, he's, like, fun and goofy. And, like, this episode at least had him be a little goofy for the first time, like, this entire season at least.
Yeah,
remember
it was
when you guys
very
showed
brief.
I remember when Chris, you showed me that like first episode of
Yeah.
the old school one, and he wasn't afraid to pop off on fools.
No, he
That was
wasn't.
awesome. It
Yeah,
made me
it was
think he
such
was
a
like
good-
not just goofy and funny, but he's a badass.
Yeah, and then it goes a little downhill. Also, like, I was like, oh, Vash can't drive in my notes, and then Livio gets on the motorcycle and also can't drive. That I was like, okay, there's some good comedy in the start of this episode, so I wasn't as taken aback right away. And then the rest of the episode was just nothing, just a lot of nothing.
They tried to be cutesy the whole time, trying
Yeah.
to humanize Vash with the kids and the whole fucking. Here's your ticket. You gotta have a ticket.
Yeah, this one's stinky. Not gonna lie, pretty stinky. I mean, this one was tough. This was like the one episode I had to fight through this week. Livio's just a comrade now, and he got a haircut, I guess, even though he still has his fucking nasty, freaky body.
Yeah, I was like, this is a different guy. I don't.
Yeah, who is this? I don't know who this is.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vash imbues his life force into his bullets. You show that during this episode, which is kind of an interesting idea here, especially since every time he does it, puts some of his life force into the bullets, like you literally see his hair turn darker, which means he's dying as a plant. So sure, that kind of sets stuff up, except that could have just been like literally a 15-second clip in next episode setting up our final fight versus Knives. Man, one funny moment in this episode. This is literally the only other note I have. Here we go. Let's do this. This is going to be a quick little 4-minute episode review. When Meryl and Millie are find out that that the guys got back, they both pop through the door, and each of them, and Meryl says Vash, and Millie goes Punisher. They're both looking for their boys. They want it.
Yep.
They want it.
Groupies.
Oh yeah.
Groupies.
I do have two more silly things, or I guess one silly thing.
Are you gonna talk about the caterpillar?
Yeah, with Millie.
God, that was so stupid.
Yeah,
was
like
so
to find out
stupid.
that Millie's family is from like worm tamers, and like the
She's
way
worm
that they were
people.
talking.
Just
Yeah,
immediately made me think of a Sunny episode.
Yeah, right.
Frank is stuck in the woods. And he sees the rabbit. The rabbit's got my soul. So stupid.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. And then the other note I wrote is like, it's interesting to see that Vash's power as a plant is to take away, and I guess Nye's is to give or restore. I guess they have like opposite powers. But Vash mentions it very briefly when he's like embedding the bullets with his life force. He's like, my power is to take away as a plant. And I was like, interesting, but like, okay, whatever.
I mean, it may just be one of those where it's kind of like that same idea that Maki and Mai had, where they're kind of, because they're twins, they're two halves of the same whole. So maybe like other sentient plants have the ability to do both, but because they were twins, they split the power and they can only do one of the two main functions. I don't know.
So
That's just my thought.
I got questions. You know, first of all, this is like a two-parter question. First of all, where are the other plant people? And is that immigrant fleet plant people?
No, as far as we know, they're the only sentient plants around right now.
Okay, yeah, well, sure. All right. Therefore, my second question is, why?
Correct.
Good question. Very fair question.
This one's
No
correct.
clue.
Your
How?
last one was not correct, but this one is correct.
How?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Tell us. Please
I
tell
don't know.
us.
I guess you don't have a plot if they're not.
Right.
I guess that's why.
How do I care? How do I care
Now
about
that I can't answer. That I can't offer you an answer because I don't have one for
Can't
myself.
help you out.
Yeah. Tough.
I'm 5'4" on this episode.
That's
I've
weirdly realistic from you, I feel like.
Here I am,
5.7.
Wow.
dude. Chris,
Holy
Jesus
moly.
Christ, glazing this episode like crazy. Jesus.
I didn't think you. Wow.
What?
The glaze has slid off your poles. I'm surprised. I was a 4 on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, rightfully so. This episode was nothing.
Holy moly. Yeah. Sucked.
I chuckled a few times. They probably got me. It's what got me over a 5 for this episode.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may have gotten 1 or 2 nose exhales.
Those are called sighs.
No, the quick ones. The quick nose exhales.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. Well, like a.
Arthur versus Dragon.
Why do people
Holy
glaze this
cow.
fucking bullshit? Like, oh yeah, good episode. Doesn't make the show good.
Arthur's dead. Shalhoub, you're one. Is that why you're so upset that the one character you love
Yes.
got turned to dust and sent into space?
He was the only entertaining part of this episode, this show in general, and now you know what's gonna fucking happen. Now you know they're gonna bring Shinra back in the next episode, and
Oh,
we're gonna
yeah.
go back to hating it even more.
What an
Bullshit.
episode.
I got bad
Entertaining
news for you, dog. This is a 13 episode season.
Yeah, I know. So we're like halfway through now, right?
We're over that. This is episode
Over that.
8
Yeah.
or something.
We're having-
Thank
nine.
God.
We have, like,
the suffering will end
Four
soon.
more episodes.
That's the only light at the end of the table.
My
Yeah, but it
night.
could be 3
A little
episodes.
bit of whiskey.
My first note
Bullshit.
is why can't most episodes be like this episode?
Yep.
Of Fire Force.
Which is just like no characters except for Arthur and a villain.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What is this? Star King. Star King is sick. Star King is fun. You know, that's in there.
It's just nonsense.
How the fuck are we on the moon out of nowhere?
The whole thing's nonsense. At least it was entertaining.
It was entertaining, but it is like
All I
you
can say.
can't breathe on the moon. You can do that,
Yeah.
Arthur.
Well, he imagines that he can, so therefore he can.
All it takes
Which
is
what-
one.
Right?
Again.
Oh, he's got his Adola Link ring too, by the way. Don't forget that. He's got his ring
Right.
that links him to Adola.
He's
so
got his
that's why he
Adola
can
cock
breathe
ring
the
on him
moon.
at all times.
Yeah.
He can feel Shinra wherever he goes.
Oh man.
Also, do we
Oh,
have to have the
God.
need for throwing Arthur's family in there at like a random ass point in the show? Like, come on, what are we doing?
No, leave them out. They can
So
stay
bad.
out forever. Man, for the first time, I don't even know why it hit me, but I just ended up like cracking up halfway through this episode because they showed like they did the Adola. They just showed like I don't know a quick clip of like Shinra and Adola or whatever, and it made that noise every time they show Adola, and I was like, why does this sound just like a trumpety fart every time they go to Adola?
Yes,
It's
yes.
like like
Because they have to accentuate how wacky and silly this world is.
yeah, I guess so.
Oh my god.
Ass.
I hate this show. I hate this show.
So the
You like
fight
this
was good
show,
though.
You're mid.
Yeah, the fight was fun. The fight was just like classic shonen.
Fight was awesome.
You know,
Fight was a good
craziness. Yeah. I mean, no complaints. I mean, it's classic. Like Arthur can't do anything to break through Dragon's body, and then I guess he believes in himself enough, and he gets new powers. There we go.
Apparently.
He's the
Dragon
man,
just
that's
gets
it.
metal armor out of nowhere. Like what?
The only satisfaction I've gotten from this goddamn show is fucking Arthur, and now he's gone.
I will say, Arthur. Arthur cuts the moon in half, right? Not Earth in half.
Yeah, I
I think
believe
it's
you got
the,
the
oh
moon
yeah,
in
obviously
half.
it's the moon. Yeah.
He cuts the moon in half with his new secret technique, Violet. Oh no, he does cut Earth in half. Because his move is called Violet Earth Cleaver.
Mm.
It doesn't mean he has to cleave the earth. If he cleaves the earth, everyone's dead.
I think cut in half. I think that's like the last thing we saw was him cutting the Earth in half.
I think you might be right. I didn't care enough in this episode.
I did get a little lost. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
This
lot was
episode
happening.
was like a fucking fever dream, dog.
And the show only gets like about 70% of my attention span most of the time, anyways. So
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I got another note I saw here. Going back to Chris saying Arthur's family pops up in this episode. They literally say, "You're talking about our son, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you fucking scummy dirtbags would forget who your son is."
Yep.
They're like, "Is that our son? That's our son, right?" Like, yeah, that's
weird.
your son, the one you abandoned.
Seems like the type of dad like still playing with swords, huh?
Not only the one you abandoned, and then still proceeded to have multiple like other kids afterwards. Like you didn't have to abandon this one, but you chose to anyways.
Oh yeah,
Piece of shit.
Couldn't help it. Could not help it. All right, so that was a quick classic 5-minute Fire Force review.
Yep.
All
On to the
you
next
need.
one.
Ratings.
Shalhoub.
Ah, great. Yeah, you know what? 5.
5.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll dare to give it the highest rating that I've given any Fire Force episode so far.
That's
I
crazy.
went even
5.
higher. John, you got to say yours before I go with my my 2 ratings here.
8.1.
Wow.
Understandable.
See,
My
you give bias because it's Fire Force. You're giving it a Fire Force rating, is what that is. That's not a John rating.
This is a fun episode. This episode was the only
was a
thing we
good
like about
episode,
Fire
too.
Force is Arthur. This was literally a 20-minute fight where he cuts the Earth in half. Your favorite
You're
character,
abandoning,
and then
you're
dies.
abandoning your morals.
My morals.
I gave this episode a 7.4, but on the Fire Force curve, I gave it a 9.2.
Unbelievable. At least you have a curve.
I have a curve. I had to have
At least you acknowledge there's a Chris rating.
Yeah. I had to. Dude, it's the second episode, second week.
Chris
in a
is
row
just
I've had to do a
scared.
curve.
Chris is just scared to take on the Fire Force fandom.
I just like
You
He's
should
afraid
be.
they'll come to him.
Yeah,
Come for him. Come to him.
I'm ready.
All right. On to that special place in our hearts. Tojima wants to
This
become
guy, my goodness.
wants to be a common rider. Episode 22.
Oh man,
I
gotta
mean,
love Toshimo.
You gotta. You have to. Tackle is back and ready for action. We have an actual plan. Mitsuba actually came up with a plan. This isn't just show up and punch people hard like this show has always been. We actually have a plan. Now that plan might be going to shit 2 minutes into it, but there was a plan.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fun. And then we have just Nakao, who's like straight up just been like the main character of Tojima for like the last 3 episodes.
It's been awesome.
Yeah, they're
But-
giving him his due.
Yeah, they are.
They do that though. They do that for a lot of the characters. They'll just give
They
them like
do.
a couple episodes,
Sure.
with like a small arc almost.
Last episode
And then
was literally Thunder Raiko, the episode.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. And I love the pacing of this show so much. Like every time I think it's starting to get slow, it gets fast. Every time I think it's too fast, it calms down. It's like they're doing a good job.
Oh yeah.
Doing a real good job. And this one was an interesting episode. There are a lot of fun things that happened in this episode. It was like a tale of two halves, in my opinion.
Interesting. I'm curious to
Yeah,
hear more about that.
Well, because it starts off right where we left off, which was him confessing his love to Thunder Raiko and her saying, no, running away. This isn't happening, or whatever. Okay, moving on. We had our bit in that where we just get more knockout, poor guy. And then they have that little brawl that lasts like 10 seconds.
The little
Yeah.
gauntlet or whatever they
Stupid.
call it.
Where they
yeah.
all just punch each other at the same time and pass out. And
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, transition part. We're on the train. They're moving on to the second half of the episode now. And that's where things really ramp up. You get a little bit of Batman action, a little bit of Spider-Man action. Haven't seen him in a while. Cool to see him back and see that he's just training with fucking Ramen Dude.
Ramen
He's
Dude.
just been
right?
training with Ramen Guy the whole time.
Yeah.
And Batman shows up like, what the fuck are you doing?
They're best
Like,
friends
what
now.
What are we doing here?
Yeah. Yeah. And then Batman gets pissed off and you figure out his powers just rage. Just go fucking rage out.
Sure.
Get
Sure.
crazy.
Yeah. Right, and then
It's
we hop into the mission. They kind of hop into the mission real quick. We do get a couple small things. I didn't mention it last episode, but it got me so hard when Nakao confesses his love to Thunder Raiko. She's like blushing and she doesn't know how to respond, and he says in his mind, "Ba-bump." Ba-bump. Doki doki.
So good.
Because he's just like, she's
So
gonna
good.
say it back. I know she is. You're too damn old. It'll never happen.
And I'll tell you what, I never get sick of Tojima with his fucking right.
Yes, it's hard.
It gets me every time. The voice actor is a fucking beast.
He is good. He's great. He's great. We get our first like Futaba appearance in a minute after we get Tackle. Basically, they're basically having their team meeting. Tackle's back in action. How long was this period of time?
Ooh.
That should have been like on what we see ACLs get torn in the NFL. It takes dudes 9 months to get back on their feet.
Her leg was like the other way.
Exactly.
Like,
She had a Tyreek Hill leg.
yeah, that should have been months at least in a cast.
She had a Cam Scadaboo leg.
That she got that rider dog in her, I guess.
I guess so, man. I guess so.
Tackle dog. In
It
her.
had to have happened over months because you have Nick Howe's training during that time, and you also have,
True.
I guess, Thunder Raiko's training during that time too. So it had to have happened over a couple months, I think.
Yeah.
Wow, it feels like a stretch though. Either way, who cares?
Yeah,
It's too fun.
I
she's
will.
better.
I will congratulate myself on Futaba because when we first met Futaba, I was like, she's going to be like our home base. Whenever the squad gets together to talk whatever, it's going to be at her bar and she's going to like host them. And then she was like kind of an asshole. And then she tried to kill Ichio. And then she saw Spider-Man or Batman, actually. She ran into Batman. And then I was like, is she going to like join the Riders? Is she just going to like join the squad? Because she could throw hands for sure. And then no, that she is exactly what I thought she was going to be. She's like home base. She's our safe, place for the heroes to meet and talk about shit. So
I was very happy to see her come back into the fold.
yeah and just enough of her just assholishness in the best way.
Yeah, and V3 fucking kind of holding his tongue there.
Yeah.
It's great.
Give or
A little
take.
bit of his. He got an assist.
Yeah.
He needed the assist.
Dude, not Ichio, not everybody riding towards the mission in a van, and then Ichio on a shitty little Kamen Rider bike for like a 12-year-old.
Yep, I wrote that down too. I was like, they literally rented a whole ass van, but Ichio's still riding a bike.
Is that possible? This
Yeah.
dude wears
Not his
nothing.
style.
This dude wears nothing but like motorcycle gear, and he's just bicycling around on a fucking
He's always training,
12
man.
speed. It's
He's
looking
just getting
crazy.
stronger.
I guess so.
True.
Work helps get the legs stronger.
That's exactly right.
That's why most of his
God,
moves
his
are
whole
legs
thing is
based.
kicking. Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
All right. I guess the last thing is leaving off on this episode where Nakao runs into his bros, his little homies, and they are shockerified, and all that's left to do is for next episode for Aniki to remind those bums why he's big bro.
Well, I'm also I'm interested. Did we learn that these monsters can see or possibly even control their thralls once they've been? Is that what that was with Batman getting that glimmer in his eye while they all got the glimmer in their eye?
That's I don't know if that was just them.
What I said.
I don't know if that's them trying to just show
Accentuate
that their
their shocker.
that their mindset is the same as Batman's right now. I don't know if they were showing that he's like directly seeing through their eyes and controlling them this second.
It could go either way, I guess, for me. 'Cause,
Yeah.
maybe it was like the same thing when like when she fucking Mitsuo's girl. What's her name? I always forget her name.
Yakarisu.
Yukarisu.
Yukarisu. When she gets like that little lightning bolt thing where she senses that they're fucking shocker guys, maybe it's something just similar to that.
Yeah.
Like maybe he's just getting like a ping that there's fucking non-shockers here.
But he also spoke through their voice, I thought, because that's what it made it sound like at the end of the episode.
Right, which is why I'm kind of leaning like 60-40 to like maybe it's just Batman who can do that. I don't know.
Yeah,
It
again,
seems
I
like
don't
he
know.
was controlling them.
I don't know if they were just showing that as a parallel to be like, oh, these aren't the little bros that Nakao knows anymore, and so that they're just in general they're just acting just the same as Batman does, or if he's actively controlling them right now.
Yeah, it was just the scene where they showed him saying the same thing that they
was
were saying at the end there, which is like.
I understand it.
Well.
They haven't shown that. I don't think that has anything to do with like the signal in their brain, because I think the problem is they still have the memory that Nakao broke out of his shockerification.
Right.
So they already knew that he's not like full shocker anymore. So just seeing him goes, oh, you don't belong here. You're not real shocker. We already know you're not real shocker.
True. So either way, it leaves us with another great cliffhanger. So I can't wait. Can't wait for the next episode.
Yep.
You got a quote from this week, Johnny? Because I do.
I did not take a quote. My quote was Toki Toki. Toki Toki.
There were a lot of good ones.
I got like when they're in the alleyway with Batman, Spider-Man, and the Robin guy, and she shows up with the ramen or whatever
guy?
the food. Ramen guy.
Oh, dude. I thought you Freudian slipped and said Robin, like Batman and
the
Robin.
Ramen guy. She like shows up, and as like Batman's leaving, and he's like, "You want to die, piggy?"
Yeah. Oh my god, that was totally that was the quote I was gonna say. It was almost like the fucking quiet piggy.
Man,
Ridiculous.
brutal.
That one got me, and I'm also surprised.
So funny.
I'm surprised I got glossed over so fast. I would have thought like Ramen guy would have at least like stood up for her or something.
Yeah, with these dummies just not recognizing that they're fighting monsters. Like,
yeah,
I love the universe of Tojima. It's so silly.
I do too.
Like they embrace the silliness, and I respect the shit out of that.
All right, that finishes us up. What's our scores for Tojima? 22.
9, baby. 9.
Damn.
I have a 9 flat for this one as well.
I was 8-1 on this one. I like this episode. It wasn't electric for me, you know? At the end of the day, not a ton happened. It was kind of setting us up for this episode.
Does it have to be electric to get a 9?
I think in general, sure.
I'll agree. It didn't really hit me with like a spark to tip the peen, you know? But it was a hearty meal. You know, it was just meat and carrots there.
I think 8.1 is perfectly indicative of a hearty meal. I didn't get any dessert, but I got my meat and potatoes.
Yeah, you gotta rest on your laurels with that. You know, you're gonna grow from that and get stronger from that.
That's right. I'm not getting stronger from a little cheesecake. You know, so
that's not gonna help.
No, it's not.
It was a mental fortitude episode.
Yeah, it was. Got to be stern. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Sorry, this episode's just a whole cluster of nuts here. We're doing our best. We still got to figure out. We fixed the graphics card, by the way. If you made it this far, crazy I'm throwing it in this late, but graphics card is fixed. But now we just got to figure out making sure the internet stays tight the whole episode through. So that's the last piece of the puzzle here.
Video is noticeably smoother.
Yeah,
noticeably when the internet is working.
Like that cute boys right there.
Look at all those frames.
All right, y'all. Thanks for watching as always. Subscribe to the channel for more stuff from us down the line. Dubbed and Confused out. Episode, what is this? 22? 22.
We're up there.
Bye-bye. All right. Nice. The king of anime. Fire Force. Episode 69. Wait, is this 69 or 67? I can't write and see what I wrote.
Don't do it.
Chris?
Don't do it.
It's 69. It's actually 69.
I thought we were on episode 70.
You're incorrect. Arthur versus Dragon goes on in this episode.
Full robot.
That's basically all of this episode.
I thought we could move past it. We couldn't.
That's 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
Arthur is the best character in this show.
John, you're full robot.
Gotta get him that Ethernet.
Dude, I told you, Chris couldn't do it.
Is it 69?
What is happening? I'll 69 you. Did he hear us at all during that?
I don't think he can hear us at all.
I can hear everything, you little pussies.
That's for sure what's happening right now. Can he even see us talking? How does he not know?
I think he's lagged out.
Oh, so we're just hearing the remnants of what he said?
I think so.
Okay, that might be what it is.
These guys
This is a bad one.
These guys combined.
There he
for
goes.
2 nuts.
You know what the worst part is? We're frozen for him, but he's just still going.
Right. And
These
you and I
idiots,
are
these
still
idiots
just,
look
yeah,
so
we're just
stupid
totally fine over
when
here.
they say that I froze, that they're frozen for me when I can see everything they're saying.
Oh man, how do we fix this? How do we figure our boy out?
I said set up Ethernet, and Chris was like, I don't know how. I can't do it.